I just got back from Disney World and here's my take. Warning, if you love Disney and you just want it to stay in a happy place, maybe keep scrolling because I do have some constructive criticism. But before I get into any of that, I just want to say if you're going with your family and you have children, especially small children, they are going to have a magical experience, period. All of the stressors, all of the things I'm going to get into don't matter to the kids. They're going to have an amazing trip. That said, I think it will be a long time, if ever, before I go back to Disney World. Disney Cruise, I would take one in a second. I would do one of those annually. But Disney World is a lot. Like a lot of stimulation and a lot of money. I will start off by saying if you have never been to Disney World, do not go blind. Do your research and start early. It is not one of those places that you can just show up and enjoy your day. We've had the trip booked for a year, but even if you're not booking a year in advance, we had to make reservations for things at the end of December. Now, I was a little spoiled because my brother and sister-in-law love Disney. They go regularly, so they knew everything to do. I would have had no clue. Now, we kind of went on a budget. We stayed at a value resort for 6 nights and we had 3 park passes for like exact days, not park hopper passes, but 3 park passes. And it was something around $1,200, $1,300 per person. But for a whole week at a hotel plus park passes, not so bad. It's all the other little things that get you. The main problem is they just let too many people in. It is way too packed. We were there on a relatively slow day and lines were still astronomical. Now, you've paid all that money to be there. You don't want to spend your day waiting in lines where you only get to go on half the rides. So what do? You buy a lightning lane pass. This allows you to make reservations to get in line to kind of skip the line, but it does cost money. Oh, and for the rides that are really in demand, the lightning lane passes don't work. You have to pay extra to go on those rides. I think Tron at Magic Kingdom is one of the highest demand, and it's something like $17 or $20 just to skip the line. But your alternative is wasting your days standing in hour or 2 hour long lines for a 3 or 4 minute ride at best. It's a Small World is a 10-minute ride, so if you need a break, that's the one to do. Oh, and you might be thinking, oh, I'll save money by getting cheap foods like hot dogs. No, you won't. I ordered a hot dog, clementines, and a pop, and it was $15. I wish I was joking. Magic Kingdom has the most rides by far, and they for sure have the most rides for little kids. Magic Kingdom is that quintessential park that you think of with Cinderella's castle in the middle and fireworks at night in the main street and all the rides. We were in line for our first ride by 8 a.m. and we did not leave that park until 11 p.m. I don't think I could feel my feet. I was just gliding. And it's not the walking. The walking is not what gets you. It's standing in line, standing on that concrete. That's what's going to get your feet and your back. Bring painkillers is what I'm saying. The second park that we went to was Animal Kingdom. This was much more my speed. It's much more chill. It's more lush. There's obviously like animals and safaris, but the lines are just as long. There are not as many rides, but there are some pretty cool rides. Like Everest is a really fun roller coaster. There's a really cool Avatar ride. Again, you need the lightning lane passes. There are more food options, so you at least feel like you're paying for like a more quality meal. And the park closed at 6 p.m., so they kick you out nice and early so you can go home and kick your feet up. And the third park that we went to, actually our group split up. One half went to Hollywood Studios, which is where the little kids went. There's a few extra rides there. It's probably better for little kids. And they have all of the Star Wars stuff at Hollywood Studios. And then me and my partner and my 13-year-old daughter went to EPCOT. No regrets. We actually had a really great day at EPCOT. The weather was perfect. It wasn't too busy. Like, it was busy. There were a few food stands that we skipped because the lines were just too long. It wasn't worth it. But with our lightning lane passes, we actually got through our rides pretty easily and got to enjoy tons of food from all around the world. And the light and fireworks show at EPCOT is really cool. I will reiterate, every time you take a deep breath, it seems to cost $8, but you can bring food into the park. So if you do want to save money, you can pack your own lunches and bring your own snacks. Now, I mentioned that we were there for a whole week. We only went to 3 parks. So the day that we arrived, we just explored the resort. That Monday was a rest day for part of the family. And then myself and my group, we went to Universal Studios, which was super fun, exhausting, also expensive, but super fun. Tuesday, we did Magic Kingdom. Wednesday, we took a break. Magic Kingdom is a lot. It's a long day, so taking that break after Magic Kingdom is key. We actually went to the Cirque du Soleil show, which was pretty cool. And then we did Animal Kingdom and EPCOT, and then we went home on Saturday. There are free shuttles to get you to all of the parks from your resort, so that is easy. Some take quite a while. Some went really quickly, so it's not always the fastest option. Sometimes an Uber is faster. We also took a Mears coach from the airport to the resort and back. I wouldn't do that again. I would take an Uber for sure. But if you have little kids and you're worried about a car seat situation or you don't have a car seat, the coach is the way to go. It was $100 round trip for 3 of us. The resort itself was minimal. It had a pool, it had laundry, it had kind of a cafeteria style restaurant. So there wasn't like a sit-down restaurant option at all. There was a bar, there was a gift shop, there was an arcade, and that's pretty much it. Rooms were fine. They were comfortable enough. They're pretty loud. You can hear your neighbors. Like, we could hear everyone going to the bathroom in the room next to us, which it felt really weird because you knew that they could hear you going too. But it was a roof over our head, it was convenient, and it was cheap. 90% of the issues could be solved if Disney capped the number of people that could get into the parks. They just get so overcrowded, then you're forced to get the lightning lanes. They can charge up the wazoo for food and everything else there. So while we had an excellent week and I am so glad that I got that time with my family, I'm not going back, at least anytime soon. Let me know if you have any other questions. I can share anything about my experience.